今回は山本投手の神投球で盛り上がった試合前と試合後の現地メディアの様子と試合後のインタビューの様子を見ていきます。それでは行ってみましょう。日本時間5月3日、ドジャースの山本由伸投手が敵地でのブレーブス戦に先発登板をしました。この日の山本投手は5回まで無安打無失点を見せ、渡米後初のノーヒットノーラン達成を期待させる投球を披露。6回91球を投げ、1安打2四球6奪三振の神投球で4勝目を挙げました。またこの登板で山本投手の防御率は 0.90 となり MLB 全体1位の防御率に。さらに山本投手は3月4月の月間最優秀選手のナリーグ投手部門に選出され、メジャー2年目で初の月間 MVP を受賞。山本投手について試合前のロバーツ監督は、昨季との違いは自信ですね。山本は日本時代の彼に戻ったと思っています。それに今の方がよりいい投手だと思うとコメントしました。また30年前のこの日は野茂英雄氏がメジャーデビューした日ということで、現地局でも日本人選手の活躍についても紹介していました。ここからは試合前と試合後の現地メディアの様子を見ていきます。
Yoshinobu Yamamoto currently has the second best odds to win the National League Cy Young Award behind Paul Skeens. Has better numbers than Skeens through his first 6 starts. 1.06 ERA, that's the best in all of baseball. His whip is an even 1, that's tied for 8th. 190 batting average against, that ranks 4th, as well as the opponent's OPS, and he has 43 strikeouts, which ties him for 7th in Major League Baseball. And Yoshi, he beat the Padres in that winner-take-all Game 5 last October. Then he dominates the Yankees in Game 2 of the World Series. So, Jerry, we all expected to see a more confident, comfortable guy in year 2, and it's not only translated into great results so far. Today, he was named National League Pitcher of the Month.
Well deserved. He has been outstanding to start this season. First, in Tokyo, he dealt against the Cubbies, and he has kept that going throughout this regular season. Congrats to that Player of the Month award. But we saw him at FanFest. He had that swagger. You know, swagger, come up on stage, had the shades, knowing he was going to get off to a great start. But boy, he's been outstanding.
Well, he talks about wanting to win a Cy Young, you know, and taking that personally, taking that to heart. Okay, you get under that first year under your belt, and you're going, okay, now's my opportunity to go out there and prove it. And he's confident. He's going out there, pitching with conviction, being consistent. He's looked outstanding.
All right, well, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, he won Japan's equivalent of the Cy Young 3 times, and as Nomar said, he's admitted that he would like to be the first Japanese pitcher to win an actual Cy Young award in Major League Baseball. Off to a great start here in 2025. Right now, let's head to Atlanta. David Vassay, he's with the Dodgers at Truist Park, joins us live with more on Yoshi. Hi there, DV.
Hey guys, thank you. Yeah, Yamamoto has been a different pitcher going back to last year's postseason. Kike Hernandez told me that he took Yamamoto out for a coffee after game 1 of the NLDS. It was about a 2-hour conversation. No translator, just them talking baseball. And basically what Kike and Yamamoto have told me is that Kike told him to trust himself, be true to himself as a pitcher, and just reinforce the confidence. I asked Dave Roberts earlier today what he has seen from this year's National League Pitcher of the Month.
Confidence, and I do believe that Yamamoto has gotten to who he is, who he was in Japan, and I think he's a better pitcher. I think that because of his ability to command the fastball wasn't shown as much as it could have been or is now, and I think that's from the confidence and conviction he has in himself.
How important is it going to be to get some length out of not just Yoshi tonight, but your starters the next couple nights with just kind of the mixing and matching you might have to do later this room?
It's going to be important. I think now, once we got through April, I think for me, it just, as we've talked about the injuries in April, and we've obviously had our injuries in April, but I think that guys getting some foundation of innings, I feel we can be a little bit more aggressive, push them, but they also got to earn the right to have me want to have them stay in the game. So it is important for Yoshi to keep doing what he's been doing, and also for Roki with what he's been doing the last few starts. He's given himself some more opportunity to stay in games even longer. And I think with Dustin, I think Dustin's been fantastic, eating up innings. But for this weekend, as we look into 10 straight in a row, it's going to be important to kind of get off on the right foot as far as on the starters.
Yeah, and as far as the Dodgers trying to create extra days of rest for Yamamoto and Sasaki, Dave Roberts indicated that there will be a bullpen game, one of those 3 games in Miami, getting Tony Gonsolin back, a guy that pitches to contact, as you saw in his first start since 2023. He's trying to stay deeper into games, but Yamamoto certainly has been a revelation going back to last year's World Series run, and also starting off this year as the opening day starter in Tokyo, his home country. He has just carried that forward from whatever Kike Hernandez told him during that coffee meeting, should we call it, in San Diego.
All right, great turning point for Yoshi, and we're seeing the results of that early in 2025 as well. DB, thank you very much. And the Dodgers bullpen, they've still thrown more innings than any other bullpen in baseball. Now, with the team beginning this road trip, 10 games in 10 days, no Martin. We heard DB talking about there's going to be a bullpen game on this road trip as well. It's really imperative that Yoshi does go out there and give him some length tonight.
Well, listen, we've been talking about Yoshi pitching like an ace and been the ace. And what is an ace's job on the team? Obviously, to go out there and pitch extremely well. We know
Dodgers were 16-10, and people were wondering what is wrong with this team. But a 5-game winning streak later, they have the best record in all of baseball as they open up this long road trip in Atlanta. Steven Nelson and Eric Karros will have the call from Truist Park right now. They join us live from the booth with a preview. Hey there, Steven.
Hey there, John. Yeah, you know what's crazy is the Dodgers are on pace for 110 wins, but the conversation around this team throughout this season hasn't matched that. But that's the burden of expectation, right, EK? And the Dodgers knew that going into this year. I want to get your take on a couple of things. One, this 5-game winning streak, we've seen the offense really, for the first time all season, fire on most of the cylinders, if not all of them.
Yeah, everybody's starting to contribute. In 5 games, 7 or more runs. And it's really interesting because this team has been home run reliant for most of the year, up until lately. Now they're driving in runs, and they're hitting more home runs. So the offense clicking on all cylinders. You get a few more guys that get hot. Look out.
We got a lot of streaks. I mean, Mookie's hitting streak is at 4 games. Otani's at 5. Freddie's is at 6. Teoscar Hernandez at 8. And Andy Pages is at 9. Did I do that right, Doctor? I messed it up.
Teo's 9.
Teo is 9. Andy Pages is 8. That's why we have Dr. Krajewski right here with us. So the offense starting to see some better ABs. On the pitching side, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, he has been the guy for the starting staff all season long. He's coming off of his relative to him, worst outing of the season.
So are we talking about hitting streaks or Yoshinobu Yamamoto?
You know exactly where I'm going.
Yamamoto's been great, and his last 3 starts, only 1 earned run. Now, the last start wasn't as crisp. Everything revolves around his ability to locate the fastball. If he does that, gets ahead, then the splitter just puts guys away. So watch tonight. If he's around the plate, able to hit corners, live on edges, going to be a long evening for the Braves.
Should I get it back to the studio now? I have not been sharp in this pregame hit. I'm going to be the first one to admit that. Hand up. Got to be better, EK.
Hey, finish
so
strong.
I send it back to John Hartung.
Finish strong, gentlemen. You still got about 30 minutes. Get your mind right, okay? Get your mind right. Let's go.
Thanks, John. Thanks.
All
Appreciate
right.
the pep talk.
You got this. All right, we'll see you guys coming up in 15 minutes. If Yoshinobu Yamamoto is on tonight, he's going to be baffling the hitters with that splitter, something he has done all season. Opponents are 5 for 45 against the split. That's a 111 batting average. Only 2 extra base hits allowed, and he has 22 strikeouts on that pitch. It's been the most effective pitch of his arsenal, Nomar. As a hitter, what makes his splitter so difficult to deal with?
Well, if you stop swinging at the split, Hideo Nomo had no job. So that's what Hideo used to say. But at the same time, what makes it so effective is, one, establishing that fastball. We talked about that each and every time Yamamoto is pitching. And we're going to go to the K-zone and show you exactly why establishing the fastball is so critical, and especially with a guy like Yamamoto and his split finger. The other thing is also being able to establish that fastball down. But here it is, coming at you with the fastball. So now the hitter knows you're going to be challenged with the fastball. You have to be ready for that fastball, and then you start locating the fastball like that in the inside corner. What does that set up? For the swing and miss. Vital. Jerry and I always talk about, with that fastball, why it's not only important to establish it, but also establish it down in the zone. Here's why. Here's going to come with the fastball. Location, down in the zone. Great pitch. Another great location. Now that you have the guy 0-2, what can happen? Whoop, here comes the split finger. Look at the release here. This is why it's so effective. See where the fastball, they are starting at the same plane, in the same spot, and then look how late it starts to break into discrepancy. This is what makes the split finger so devastating. Now you're a hitter and you got fastball in the back of your mind. You get this, now he can just go to the split finger the rest of the time as he's getting ahead of hitters. Split finger, swing and miss, swing and miss. Like I said, you stop swinging at it, they have no job.
Right.
But the reason you continue to swing at it is because it looks so much like the fastball. You think it's coming out and then it's not too late till the bottom falls out of it. Devastating pitch.
Yes, more of the same tonight. Yoshi, Hideo Nomo's major league debut, the 26-year-old Japanese star would go on to win 13 games that year. Threw 3 shutouts, beat the Giants, or at least 5 innings against them with just 1 run. Led the league in strikeouts, 4th in the Cy Young voting. Won National League Rookie of the Year over future Hall of Famer Chipper Jones. It's really perfect symmetry that Yoshinobu Yamamoto now starts today on this 30-year anniversary. At the time, Hideo Nomo's decision, Nomar, it was highly criticized in Japan. He took a lot of heat, but he has since opened a lot of doors for so many great Japanese players, including guys the Dodgers have, Yoshi, Shohei, Roki.
You're exactly right. I mean, yeah, he did take a lot of heat, but he came over here and at major league level and dominated at this level. And, you know, it is fitting that we have another guy out there with a split finger like Nomo that has been so effective. But, you know, we think about all the Japanese great players. I mean, I played with Takashi Saito. I played with Nomo, and both just some of my favorite teammates there. But you look at some of the superstars that have then from Japan come over, from Ichiro to Nomo, Hideki Matsui as well. And we have, obviously, Shohei Ohtani, the ultimate one here. So, obviously, paved the way. And it's good to see that here at the major league level over here in the States that we get to see incredible talent like these guys on display.
Saito, incredible teammate.
Well, there is Yoshinobu Yamamoto. That's actually Shohei Ohtani, but Yoshinobu Yamamoto is going to get the start. He is 3-2 this season, 10-4 so far in his major league career. We're leading you up to first pitch in Atlanta. There's Yoshi getting loose, getting ready to take on the Braves, looking for his 4th win of the year. Sportsnet Dodgers, I'm John Hartung alongside Jerry Hairston Jr., Nomar Garcia-Parr. What a great start to this season-long 10-game road trip. The Dodgers have now won 6 in a row. Had to wait a little bit longer for this one, an hour and 13-minute rain delay. And the offense, which came into this game, Jerry, averaging 10 runs a game during the first 5 games of this winning streak. Only 2 runs tonight, but Yoshinobu Yamamoto and the bullpen made it stand up.
Yamamoto was outstanding. 6 strong innings in the bullpen. Once again, slamming the door. Mookie Betts, big fly. Love to see it.
They really needed that from Yamamoto because you got to give credit to also Grant Holmes on the other side. He had a great pitching performance as well, really kept the Dodger hitters off balance. So it really took Yamamoto to go out there and put up the zeros that he did.
Yep, Mookie Betts' 5th home run of the season. That turned out to be the difference in this game. Let's go back to Atlanta and hear from Mookie right now with David Vassay.
Hey, skinny fat guy Dave with the man, Mookie Betts, who grinded out 2 at-bats against Grant Holmes. How big of a win was this tonight?
I mean, every win is big, but especially after that off day, we came out kind of sluggish a little bit. But Yoshi picked us up. I mean, Yoshi doing what Yoshi seems to always do. And fortunately, I was able to put a couple good swings on some balls.
You ambushed Grant Holmes with that fastball. Your home run was the difference in the game. Were you looking fastball, or are you looking at the zone right there?
I'm just looking to hit it, swing at a strike. I had swung at some pitches in the dirt, so I was really just looking to get something that I can handle. And you know, he threw a pitch, you know, over the plate, and I put a good swing on it.
Mookie, when you come out here to start this road trip and you face a guy like Grant Holmes who is on his game, finding somehow some way to get a win, I'm sure is really gratifying.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, you know, coming into Truist Park, you know the Braves are going to be ready to roll. They've been playing pretty good baseball. Like you said, Holmes has been pitching really well. So, but we got Yoshi. We got Yoshi, and you know, he did a great job for us.
Mookie, it's fireworks night here in Atlanta. You provided the fireworks for the Dodgers.
Yeah, you know, maybe I don't know what that sign would be called, but I like it.
All right, Mookie, thanks a lot, and you're just getting started.
Yes, sir. Thank you, bro.
There he is, the man, Mookie Betts. Don't sleep on Marcus.
Yeah, Mookie did all the heavy lifting offensively for the Dodgers tonight. Only the 2 runs they scored in this game, Nomar. But Yoshinobu Yamamoto didn't need a whole lot of offensive support. Was named earlier today as the National League's Pitcher of the Month, and he showed why in this first start of May.
Yeah, he did not disappoint. I mean, he went out there once again, like we've seen all season long, attacking the hitters, attacking the zone, being effective with the fastball, establishing the fastball early, and then going to that split finger to really get the swing and miss. I mean, he was really on his game. Yeah, he had a couple of base on balls, but I also think it's because he recognized, okay, here's a guy who can possibly do damage to me. It's a close game. I don't have, you know, I can afford to pitch around him, and especially with that confidence, and that's what he did, because we know Ozuna has a lot of power, so he did his job. You know, for me, I was like, I'd like to have seen him go on one more inning. He was that good. He was quick. You know, he was efficient. It wasn't stressful innings. We were talking about, you know, us Ace's job is to also help the bullpen and reset. Him going one more inning, then there's one less bullpen guy you would have to use, you know, doing that, because he really looked like he was that strong and, you know, can go out there, you know, go ahead and maybe 100 pitches going out there. You know?
He was in complete command, and one of those base on balls was kind of by design, like you mentioned. You know, that guy could have hurt it with a home run, but when you have that fastball working at the knees, both sides of the plate, commanding it, elevating that fastball as well up in the zone with 2 strikes, that split and breaking ball, it is just tough to cover as a big league hitter. And talk about confidence. There's that fastball up in the zone to Olsen, freezing there, a little moonwalking off the mound. Little Yamamoto. I love the little moonwalk, freezing Murphy there on the inner half of the plate with that fastball. 4 elite pitches to cover. He's pitching with extreme confidence right now. Extremely fun to watch. Man, he is one of the best there is right now.
Yeah, because he's pitching. You know, that's, you know, we know he has 4 pitches that can get you out. He has 4 pitches that can be really effective, but he's also utilizing, he's pitching now. He's not just throwing out there.
Came into this game with a 1.06 ERA. It's tough to lower it when you're dealing with 1.06, but he lowered it to 0.9 during that 5-game hitting streak. The winning pitcher tonight, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, is standing by with DV and the media.
Yoshi, how did you feel out there? Was the curveball the key to your success tonight?
今日やっぱりカーブがやっぱ今日のうまくいった要因の一つだと思いますか？
そうですね。カーブもすごく調子よく、いいところに投げれたので、いいピッチングができたと思います。
Yes, I agree, because I was able to locate my curveball in a good spot, so probably that was one of the good reasons.
Was Ozuna the toughest challenge tonight?
やっぱオズナ選手はやっぱ今日一番手強かったですか？
やっぱりパワーのあるバッターなので特に、気をつけて、投げたんですけど、少しずつやっぱ、いいボールも何球かありましたけど、うまく見逃されて、フォアボールを2つ出してしまったんで、そこはちょっと悔しかったですね。
You know, he got a power, so I was being extra careful, and then that's part of the reason I allowed 2 walks to him.
When you've been dominating for this season, does it sort of feel like you did when you were sort of at your peak when you were in Japan?
You mean
dominating now,
right now,
does it feel like
how he's now?
Yeah.
やっぱり今の状態っていうのはやっぱその日本にいた時の一番いい状態に近いですか？
そうですね、すごく、いい感覚で、投げれてるかなと、思いますし、そうですね、より近いかなとは思いますかね。はい。
Yes, I've been able to perform very at the high level, and then I think it's really close to at the best time in Japan.
When you get through the 5th inning without allowing a hit, are you thinking about a no-hitter at all?
5回終わった時点で、ヒットを許してなかったんで、ちょっとノーヒットノーランをちょっと意識してましたから。
なかなか9イニングまでいくっていうのがなかなか難しいことなので、あまり考えてなかったですね。
I was not really thinking about it because pitching through the whole game, complete games, really hard in the big league.
And for the Dodgers to kick off this 3-game series, let's head back to Atlanta and hear from Dave Roberts with DV and the media.
Dave, I know it was a while ago, but why was Yamamoto so good tonight?
Man, I think today the split was fantastic. The command was back to being who he is. I think the last one he just wasn't as sharp, but today he got back the command and the split really played tonight.
When he has the curveball that he had the first couple of times through the order, how difficult is it for them to even touch him?
It's difficult, and I think that that's something that he's really bought into, and we talked about this before the game, in the sense of the front to back, utilizing his breaking ball, not just being a two-pitch pitcher, and it just gets guys off his velocity, and that front to back game is also pretty valuable.
Man, kind of where it was for Yamamoto. Were you allowing yourself to think no-hitter at all, just considering how...
I was for a quick minute, and Riley changed that, right? So I think he felt my brain thinking about the no-hitter. So I was thinking about it a little bit, because, yeah, he had no-hit stuff tonight.
If he doesn't give up that double, how much farther does he go?
You know, it's sort of, you know, I think in hindsight, he would have, he's turning himself into a staff ace. And, you know, when you look at, you know, the handful of guys in the big leagues that when they take the ball, then you know they're going to go 6 innings. You're going to get a chance to win, a good chance to win. They can manage some stress. They're always the best option, and he's putting himself in that category.
いかがでしたでしょうか。このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーなどを中心に野球情報をお届けしています。この動画が良かったら高評価、チャンネル登録をよろしくお願いいたします。今回も最後までご覧いただきありがとうございました。それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。